Hi everyone, I'm Ashley. Welcome to my channel. Today I want to start off by taking a second to reflect a little bit on the week that I've had. Last Sunday I posted my May TBR, which included books that I've chosen for the Southern Charm readathon that's hosted by Amanda from Book Lover Amanda. And on Tuesday, when I went into my YouTube app, I saw that she had posted in her community page, she had shared my video, and so a lot of you guys found my channel because of that, and so that was really sweet and kind of her, so it made my day truly. So Amanda, if you're watching this, thank you so much for your support. It means a lot. And for all the new faces, I've really been enjoying talking to you guys in the comments and getting to know you all, and I've just felt very accepted and loved by the BookTube community. So I just wanted to throw that out there and say thank you. And now let's hop into the rest of the video. Okay, so for today, I'm going to talk about my 5-star reads so far this year in 2024. And my first one is The Love Everybody Wants by Madison Prewett Troutt. This is a nonfiction book, and it's 210 pages. Super quick read. I would call it more of an inspirational, encouraging book than like a self-help book. If you don't know who Maddie is, she's a social media influencer, and she gained her following by going on, it was either The Bachelor or The Bachelorette. And she stood out on that show because of her Christian lifestyle. And this book, she talks about her dating experiences from as far back as she can remember. She talks about the struggles and the ups and the downs, and how everything just works together for a reason. She just got married 2 years ago. And so she goes over that in this book too, and it just really encouraged me and gave me confidence in the decisions that I've made in past relationships, and gave me hope for the man that I'm waiting for someday. My favorite quote was, "I had to get to a place in my life where I was willing to let go, because for so long I wanted my own perfect will on my own timeline, but it left me frustrated, discontent, and unhappy. When I finally got to a place of surrender and trust, I found peace and contentment. I knew deep down that I wanted an only God kind of relationship." And yeah, that just really spoke to me. And if you're single, I highly suggest reading this book. Okay, the next ones are all Kingsbury books. They're part of the Baxter family series as a whole. There's like 20 some books in that series. But the particular ones that I read this year are the Bailey Flanigan series. And so there's 4 in this one. I gave the first 3 5 stars and the second one 4 or 4.5. And yeah, I'll get into that. But if you haven't heard of the Baxter family series, I highly suggest reading them. It's all about one family, and you get to hear from everybody's perspectives, and it just goes through the whole family's struggles and just how to live your faith out during the ups and downs in life. And so yeah, I gave these first 3 5 stars, and the only reason I didn't give the last one 5 stars is because Bailey was kind of choosing between 2 guys, and she chose the one that I wouldn't have chosen. But I know there's a lot of people that really liked the choice that she made, so I'm just throwing that out there. I also read Coming Home, which I think it can be a standalone book, but I would highly suggest reading it in order, because I just think you get a better idea of the characters, you get a better background of everything that's going on. I won't go into too much detail on each of these books individually, but hands down, these books, the Baxter Family series as a whole, is my favorite Christian fiction series. Well, really book series ever. And I gotta shout out my mom for that, because she's the one that insisted that I read them, and because they were published a while ago, I think the early 2000s, and so I maybe wouldn't have ever read them if she wouldn't have suggested them to me. So Karen just does an incredible job of writing about the family's faith and how it's tested, and these books just pull on your heartstrings. I'm not a big crier when it comes to books, but I've shed a lot of tears in these books for happy and sad reasons, so I highly suggest them. If you want to get into them, start with the Redemption series, and then inside the cover there's always a list in order of how the books go, or you could go to Karen's website and see it there also. They also just came out with 3 seasons on Amazon Prime of the Baxters, and so that's pretty good. I would read the books before I watch the series, but that's just me. You could definitely go watch them right now and you'd get an idea of what the books are kind of like. Not everything is the same. There's some details that are a little different. Some characters are different in the TV series, but it's still very good. Okay, so the next one is Someone Like You by Karen Kingsbury. And there's a character that is part of the Baxter family in here, but you could definitely read this one as a standalone, and I don't think it would affect how you read it at all. It's Christian fiction, 261 pages, a very quick read. I'll just read the description that's on the inside cover here. Maddie West is shaken to the core when she finds out that everything she believed about her life was a lie. Her parents had always planned to tell her the truth about her past, that she was adopted as an embryo, but somehow the right moment never happened. Now, the total stranger who confronts Maddie with the truth tells her something else that rocks her world. Maddie had a sister she never knew about. Feeling betrayed, angry, and confused, Maddie leaves her new job and fiancé, rejects her family's request for forgiveness, and moves to Portland, Oregon to find out who she really is. Dawson Gage's life is destroyed when London Quinn, the only girl he had ever loved, is killed. In the hospital waiting room, London's mother reveals to Dawson that London might have had a sibling, the frozen embryo she and her husband donated decades ago. When Dawson invites Maddie to Portland to connect with her long-lost relatives, the Quinns, her biological parents, welcome her into their lives. Maddie is intrigued by their memories of London, who was so much like her. Is this the family and the life she was really meant to have? Now it will take the love of Dawson Gage to help Maddie find her way home. It's so good. There's a movie out about this right now. I don't know if it's still out in theaters, but my mom and my aunt and my cousin and grandma and I just went and saw it. It was probably a month ago, and it was super good. So I highly, highly recommend this book and going to see the movie if you can. Hopefully it'll come out on some type of streaming device if it's not in the theaters currently. The next one is The Letter Tree by Rachel Fordham. This is my favorite book of the year so far, hands down, for sure. It's Christian fiction, 338 pages. It's a very sweet story that has Romeo, Juliet type of vibes. The 2 main characters used to be friends when they were kids, but a fallout happened between their families and neither of their parents allow them to even speak to each other anymore. And they end up writing letters to each other for years. Neither of them knows that they're writing letters to the other person. Like, they're both anonymously writing these letters. And they start to develop feelings for each other. And I don't want to give too much of anything away because it's so good that you just need to read it. But there's a bit of a mystery that occurs, and it's just very entertaining, cute, great character growth. I love how Rachel Fordham weaves humor into her books. Like, the few that I've read of hers, it seems like the main character has just a subtly quirky personality that just cracks me up. So, my favorite quote from this one was, "A good man will want to share about himself and know everything about you. When you see him next, give him a little piece of your heart and see what he does. He may love the real you. If you don't show him, how will you ever know?" That's a good one. So, highly suggest that. And the next one, or two, I guess, the If I Run series by Terri Blackstock. I've read the first and the second. They're Christian fiction suspense books. And these are page turners if I've ever read one. The main character, Casey, is on the run from the law. She's being accused of murdering her friend, and she doesn't trust the system. So she makes a run for it. We learn more about why she doesn't trust the system and how she plans to stay under the radar. She's a super smart girl with a big heart, and I found myself cheering her on the whole way. We also get the perspective of Dylan, who is a private investigator hired to find her, track her down. He used to be part of the military, but he had struggles with PTSD, and so he can't be in the military anymore. But that is a trigger warning for some. If PTSD is a sensitive topic for you, then you might want to stay away from these, because she does kind of go into the struggles of it, and I thought it was really well written personally, but I'm just throwing that out there just in case anybody is sensitive to that. But there's great faith content and character growth, and I gave both of these 5 stars, and I'm so excited to read the third one, but that probably won't happen for another month. But if you like Christian suspense, I think you'll probably love these books. Alright, so those were my 5-star books of the year so far. I've really been enjoying everything that I've been reading, and I can't wait to see what the rest of the year holds. Let me know in the comments below what some of your favorite books have been. I love hearing what other people are loving, so let me know down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great week. Bye.